Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Let's start designing today. So what I'm gonna do, I'm in Procreate, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to this plus sign, and the canvas that I'm using is a manual canvas. I made it by 7632. Let me show you if I can. The settings that I use is 7632 pixels into 6480, and the DPI I use is 500. So this is a high resolution design, and the layers I get for this one are only 6. This is what happens, the more high resolution your design is, the less layers you get. But that's fine, we're gonna work on it because we're gonna keep combining the layers, and we're gonna keep it this way to keep the design high resolution. So whenever you're printing it on a t-shirt or on a paper or a A3 size, A2 size, A1 size, the the prints are pretty much clear. They're not pixelated or out of focus. So let's go and select this one. So here you can see that I got a white canvas, which I'm going to turn into black because most of my designs are on black. But you can select anyone, depends on the color. The reason I use black color is just to get the clear. Uh, the I feel like the colors are more clear on the black background. I'm gonna select a brush that I made. It's one of my custom brushes. It goes something like this. So kind of a pointy from one side and thicker on the other side. And what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna select a color. So let's select like orangey red. Yeah, okay. I'm fine. I'm good with this color. So what I'm gonna write is talented. Let's change the E again. So here, let me work on the N. Like this. Talented. So what I wrote here is talented. What I'm gonna write is talented but lazy. So it's kind of a quote, funny quote. I'm gonna resize it and I'm gonna move it to the center like this. If you see, I have this snipping options, magnetic and snapping. So when you turn these on, this is what happens. They just snap it to the center. If I move it in the dead center, you will feel a snap. You see, this orange line is the one where it snaps, but I don't need it in the center. Now the next layer I'm gonna add is it's gonna be a text layer. So let's add a text layer here. And for this one, I'm gonna go with the bold style with some sort of like this one or this one. No, that's kind of cartoony. I need something a bit bold which says but talented but lazy. So I think the first one we selected was a bit better. Let's go with that. Back, okay. Make it bigger. Because the butt is gonna be bigger. Not that butt, but the butt. Butt. The color of this one would be, let's make it white. Move it. Let's bring it to the center. Okay. Now you see half of our design is done. by the text. If we see in the terms of text, half our design is done. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to calligraphy and I'm gonna select the streak brush, and I'm just gonna write first. Let me just resize it up. Okay, to center, move it a bit up. Okay, we're good here. Now for this one, I'm just gonna write lazy color. I'm gonna select the same color. Or you just go for the monoline. Like this, something like this. So it's kind of a lazy text. There's no effort done in that text. Or just make it like this. That's much better. We are in the center, but lazy. So this is our basic design. Sorry about that. This is our basic design, which we are ready to go ahead with. I'm much satisfied with this design. I'm gonna go ahead with this. Now we're gonna start to put some changes, make it more like we're gonna add more things to enhance it, make it a bit better. But this is our basic idea how it's gonna look like. And I'm gonna add one more layer. By the way, this is a fourth here layer we are using now. We're already used 3 layers. For this one, let's go with let's try white or like this. And the brush I'm gonna select is script brush. I really like this brush because this brush is really great for strokes and all, and you will see why. Like this. So what we have to keep in mind here, that whenever we are doing the shadows, come on, relax. Whenever we are doing the shadows, we need to remember the direction of light. You need to be sure what's the direction of light that you're highlighting. So like for this design, we have to highlight the left side of each thing and the top. That's okay if you make it, if you have to make it 2 or 3 times. Sometimes you have to do it more. Like this is much better. It's like a trial and error thing, but you'll get it. Depends on your mostly depends the pressure of your brush, how much pressure you're putting on your brush. Over here we're gonna put like the direction of light is there, so it should be here also. The same will go for our letter A. As you see, the highlight is on the top areas as well as for our T and on the A, so we're gonna put on the top and on the left. This is much better. better. It's all about the pressure, because this brush is pressure sensitive, so we need to be very careful where we put the pressure and where not. Okay, this is much better. Now for the D. So on this side. Much better. So here it is. The highlights are done, but we're not done with the design. We're gonna go back with this color and we're gonna go a bit darker. We're gonna reduce the size of our brush and we're gonna go with these lines like this. Or better like this. Like a sketchy design. Just gonna make a sketch-like thing. The lines showing the sort of an outline. And like this. Much better. Now see the changes we have done. Talented but lazy. So this is our design so far. Let's move it in the center. That's it. Great. So this is our design so far. Let's see what else we can come up with. I just got an idea to what can we do with this design. So what if we select this layer and this one, and let's resize it like this. Put it in the center. This. Now as of the word but, let's resize it also. I'm gonna resize both of these. We can resize them later on, but what I'm trying to get here is sort of a triangle, an inverted triangle, like a Superman sign. Like this. So you see it forms kind of a triangle. I'm gonna put but behind the talented. Actually, just put the talented on the top, but, and then in the end, or whatever, or we're gonna keep lazy over the word but, so that sort of forms a triangle. So we got a pretty similar shape to a Superman logo. Like if I make a new layer here, and let's just for example create a line to here, resize, something like this. Okay. So we got a kind of a Superman logo design here. Of course, we can give it a fine touch. I'm gonna select the hard brush here because I want these edges to be perfect. Something similar to this. Something like this to make it. Now let's resize it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove uniform and make it freeform. In that way we'll be able to edit better, and it doesn't have to be a perfect shape. So just make it something like this, something similar to that Superman logo. So what I'm gonna do here right now is that I'm gonna remove some of the, okay, let's do one thing. Let's make a copy of this layer and make it a bit smaller. Like this. And I'm gonna place it in the center. And then I'm gonna combine these two layers. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove some of it, like so, like I'm gonna remove. Take your time to be perfect on this one. Make it look like as perfect as you can. Or there's a simple way that I can tell you. Just select, let's first combine these two layers, then you can make select. Sorry, I'll tell you what happened there. So you make select and you this fill thing here, you have to uncheck that one, otherwise it will fill it with the color that you have selected. Now that it's selected, I'm gonna go to this layer, I'm gonna select and put clear, but we don't want to clear all of it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just select this brush and I'm gonna go through it, and it will only clear the things inside this selection. So we are good with this one. Clear this one, clear this one, clear this one here. You see how easily I'm removing everything now. Whatever will come under that selection, it will remove it. Or let's just keep the T halfway in. That's better. Okay, we can unselect that one now. What if we now, it won't be able to fill everything now? Yes, because we already removed it, that's fine. But let's change the color of this. Let's change it to something. Or let's just keep it that way. It looks much better. And now for the word lazy, I'm just gonna bring it on the top of triangle. Hey, where did you go? Okay, lazy is on the top. So this is what our final design sort of looks like. Or I'm gonna move the word lazy a bit higher. Something around here. But as you can see, it's not very clear. We can do one more thing here, that we can bring the opacity to this one a bit down. Something like this. So it shows like we got a superpower, that we are super talented but lazy. This is the whole idea. Let's now, I'm gonna resize it again just to fill the canvas. Right. So I'm pretty happy with this design. I feel like that's enough, because we haven't put much effort on the word lazy, because we want to show that we're lazy, and on the talented we have put a lot of effort. And the butt is a bigger thing, it's bigger in because to get an idea, the butt. So people is gonna see on butt first, and then talented and lazy. So I'm pretty happy with the design. I hope you guys like this tutorial. Please, if you like my videos, don't forget to subscribe and like the video, share with your friends.